Advisory services offered through Blackridge Asset Management, a registered investment advisor. Securities are offered through Peak Brokerage Services, LLC. Blackridge Asset Management is a separate and independent entity from Peak Brokerage Services, LLC. Member FINRA SIPC. And now, Today with Denny, here's Denny Artachi.
Good morning. Good to be back. I couldn't be here last week, so Palm City Charlie got a double billing. I'm going to have to. Should I send him an invoice?
You might have to charge him royalty.
I think so. Charlie, if you're listening, I don't know if you noticed, but I couldn't make it, so we did a replay of our show the week before. What a character this guy is!
Yeah.
I mean, he. And thinking back about it, he looked exactly how you thought he would look, huh?
Mm-hmm. Definitely so.
Including with the hat and everything?
The whole gamut, the whole 9 yards. Kind of like an older version of Hulk Hogan. With,
right.
The biceps, the mustache.
Yeah.
The whole 9 yards.
And that's why, like I said, he says he's been married 3 times, so yeah. I don't know. But I couldn't because I was having some serious printer office software issues. And I had to meet a client, and I just couldn't juggle it because, I live in Jupiter, and sometimes it worked out. But you know what? It made me – I've been holding back on this because I have my home office, and I've been using that to meet clients, and then then I've got an office set up in my home. So now I have officially a corner office with a nice view looking at the Maltz Theater and palm trees. And I don't know. You think it'll bring me more business? Or
I know where you're at.
Yeah, I'm in the Americas building.
I know exactly where you are. Yeah. When you said looking at the Maltz Theater.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you got prime real estate.
I got a really nice office. So now I've got to spend the money on different furniture. I've got a partner. He's got another office. And I'm overlooking close to the Jupiter Beach Resort. So yes, it's nice.
You're killing me.
Yeah, but I like to live within I don't like to spend $1 unless I have to.
Yeah.
So anyway, I guess there are worse things. I mean, there's this COVID thing I don't know. I think they said that we had a downtick officially in the last few days.
Yes, we did.
Okay. So the funny thing about it, I've always said this, I am pro-vaccine. You and I are both vaccinated.
Yes. And Bonnie.
Yes. But I am anti-mandates. I mean, I'm not sure. Like, there's some people who've had this and they've had natural immunity, but they're making them, if they work somewhere, they're making them get the vaccine.
Phil had COVID, by the way, last week.
Wow.
Just got over it.
So does he know where he got it from? Or?
Yes, he does.
Really?
Yes, he knows where he got it from. He gave it to his wife.
No kidding.
So it went through the house. They also got those injections, the
Remdesivir, I think it's called.
Yeah, they came to his house.
Okay.
And gave him and Veronique, and that was like giving a shot of high-test, high-octane fuel into his system.
Which is what Phil doesn't need.
Yeah, exactly. And he said, within 24 hours, he's fine.
Wow. So why don't they just give more people that? What's the problem?
You either have to have COVID or you have to have the symptoms to be able to get it.
Okay. Yeah. And 24 hours later, he was good.
Yeah, he was good.
So do we have a call?
Yeah, we're just going to go to a cold. I mean, why not? Let's just roll the dice.
Could it be Charlie?
Could it be Palm City Charlie?
You're on Today with Denny. Who's calling?
Yeah, well, that's why I'm calling, because I am Palm City Charlie, and Denny's a buddy. And Evan, you're my friend too.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll send you the check in the mail.
Yeah. So what's up, Dan?
So Charlie, 2 weeks in a row, man. If you had something to sell, it'd be good. I mean,
well, I'm selling myself. But anyway, last week, to repeat, I don't know if you heard about this, but so I'm enjoying myself, right? And my wife is supposed, well, not the way you're thinking.
Well, the part about you're enjoying yourself.
I'm listening to myself on the radio.
Yeah.
Having a little ball. And oh my God. Anyway, so my wife is at the surgery center, which I'm not going to tell you which one.
Oh, so she was having surgery?
Yeah, for her ears because she's deaf. But this is the second time
that
they screwed up. they didn't have the right part. After confirming that they did have the right part, so I had a meeting with the administrator outside because she didn't want to have it in her office, nor in the waiting room. And I ended up saying, "Don't you know how to run a surgery center?
You
And
said
why are those people still working for you?"
what do you mean your wife's deaf? She literally can't hear, or she's kind of hard of hearing?
She has a pair of hearing aids, but
Okay.
it's not working well, and it's not because of the aids, it's because internally it ain't working.
Oh, okay. Hey, that might be
So
handy
she clears her ears a lot,
Okay.
She has sinus problems, but whatever, so I want her to be fixed. But, twice we actually got up in the morning and the surgeon went nuts.
So, Charlie, that might come in handy during an argument. She just turns her
Oh,
stuff
it
off and
does,
just
it does.
nods.
I tell my
Yeah.
best buddy up in Connecticut all the time. I can mutter under my breath
Yeah.
and get away with a lot of stuff.
You can yell at her and
lot of stuff.
she's not hearing you, right?
I can't do that.
Well,
My wife
then I
wears
get the
hearing aids.
dismissal wave, which is not the finger, but it's like, get out of here.
Wait a minute.
I don't stay in the house right
Wait,
now.
Evans-
I'm in my man cave,
But
which is a garage in my backyard, which I really like. I have a fan up in the loft that's temperature operated. So my garage stays at 80 degrees and I'm comfortable.
Wait, in your man cave, you don't have like an M60 on a tripod set up, do you?
No, but I'm armed. I'm sitting in my rocker. I got my water.
Okay.
Got my medication. Got my dogs. Got my favorite show on the air. Denny
man.
Artachi.
Look at that, huh? He's a star.
So let's talk about critical race theory. And it is a theory. It's not fact. And the bottom line is some whiz kid decided to do a PhD thesis and dreamed up critical race theory, which basically says we are born already endowed with racism in our heart.
Really?
You got to be out of your mind.
No,
that's what they're saying,
Well,
which is ridiculous. We all know that. We're God's children, made in God's image, all different races, all different colors. And people are people. And, like they always say, God is great, beer is good. Used to be for me, no more. And people are crazy.
People are insane. They don't have God first in their life. And here's the thing.
Well, there's a lot of us good people out there too, but
I know
be
that.
a little more vocal.
I know that, but people like us are not in charge. So that's the difference.
Well, I know, but I'm in charge of myself because I'm a free man.
Well,
you're in charge of yourself, and Evan's wife is in charge of Evan.
And that's why he has a happy marriage, don't you know? He got it right the third time.
Happy wife, happy life. I'm on number 3, and here I have a deaf person.
Both of you
but
guys.
I love her. She helps me. She does a lot of things for me.
Yeah?
Cheaper to keep her, brother, Although I do have a prenup, so. But I love her, so I'm keeping her.
You have a prenup, okay.
Of course I have a prenup. You never get married if you...
I don't have one.
You don't have one, do you, Evan?
I don't need one.
Yeah, right.
My second wife would have been made out like a bandit if she would have stayed with me.
I think Charlie
we used to run health clubs together. She is a beautiful woman. She can hear.
And she can hear. Okay. Even though Charlie's a Vietnam vet and he chewed a lot of mud and worked hard over his life, I think he has a trust or some things going on. So he's got to look after his assets. Ain't that right, Charlie? Right?
Well, we could sit down one of these days, Denny, but the people that take care of me, I've known for a lot of years, but I do like you.
Well, I like you too,
Charlie. I
Charlie.
actually communicate with my guys, personal cell phones, blah, 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 just like I communicate with you. But I can help you, Denny.
Hey, you know what's so funny, Charlie? I sent an article to Forbes magazine, hopefully to be quoted, over this cryptocurrency stuff. And I know you think it's a manipulated, but you know what's weird about this is banks are now setting up to be custodians to facilitate these exchanges.
PayPal too, brother.
Yeah, and
I
also
can't believe it.
yeah, and also they're thinking about making ETF models. So the thing about it is, look, I'm a fiduciary and I'm conservative by nature. I have partners that do the trading because I don't trade anymore personally. I don't pick the stocks, but I don't think it's going away anytime soon because when banks and
I'm
ETFs,
worried about that too.
Well,
it's crazy. It's like literally, let's make the hangman's rope, and then we'll hand it to the hangman and say, "Let's try it out." I mean, I think it's insane. And I do know that there was another cryptocurrency that just was introduced just the other day. And I want to say Elon Musk is involved somehow.
Guy. Did you ever see the movie Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield? So he's in this business class, and the guy says, "Hey, we're going to come up with a product." He goes, "What is it?" "A widget." He said, "What's a widget?" "Don't worry about it. We're just going to do it." And she's like, "Yeah, tell that to the bank." So the thing about Bitcoin, you're not going to go to like Africa or somewhere like you can with gold and silver and go, "Hey, here's a Bitcoin. I'd like to buy this piece of land."
Yeah, it's like a pocket full of miracles. Here you go.
But here's the deal. I mean, in 2009, Bitcoin was pennies on a dollar. It went to $1 in 2011. What is it trading at now? Like 45,000 or something?
I know one of my in-law people, he bought a moped. He said that cost me $5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he didn't become a multi-millionaire.
I'm not buying Bitcoin, and a little bit of me says, buy one, but it's absurd.
$45,000.
I bought a ton of Microsoft at $25 a share.
Listen, people have made in it, but look, I'm a I'm a retirement planner, financial planner. Again, I've got partners that are up greatly the last couple of years because, the market's been up. But, the way, and I wrote this in the article, hopefully Forbes will print it, who knows? I said, look, there's nothing wrong if you're already an aggressive person and you want to take 10% of your holdings and you're willing to lose it all, but the cost of admission is maybe you'll get a 40 or 50-fold return, then I could see where maybe that makes sense. But to an older,
don't understand it's like holding a bunch of vapor.
I know.
To me, I'd rather have the U.S. dollar, silver, gold, oil. In other words, you buy certain things. Like I sent my guy a message yesterday. Oil is going to keep going up, particularly under our genius. The person who's running supposedly the country.
What do you mean he's running? I don't think he's in charge. We still don't know who's in charge.
I said supposedly.
Supposedly, right.
Remember the Wizard of Oz?
Oh, my God. Oh, we went over.
The guy behind the curtain.
Hey,
Holy Lord.
Charlie, I'm late for my first break. You going to stay on the line? Well, stay on the phone.
Stay in touch.
You can stay on the phone if you want, or we can talk another time, but I'm derelict in my duties.
He has my number.
He does have it. We're going to take a break.
Tell him to hold on the line. Stay on the line, Charlie.
He's busy.
Right,
come on.
Stay on the line. Stay on hold, okay? Don't go nowhere. Just stay right there.
Today with Denny.
We'll smoke a cigar.
Right here.
All right, we are back. Charlie, are you still on the line?
Yeah, I got my therapy dog right here therapizing me.
So, I invited Charlie to a show in Mulligan's, but he doesn't like crowds and stuff. So he
what time are you on in Mulligan? 9:00 at night or something?
Well, no. That was an afternoon gig. So listen.
Afternoon.
Let me tell you what's going on.
Why don't you send me a message when you're going to be at Mulligan's, and if the spirit moves me.
Well, here's the deal.
I actually met the original owner, Jim.
He doesn't drink.
Oh, that's right.
I sold him advertising when I was with the Stewart News. I went up to Vero and met with him and all of that. He started as a T-shirt guy. Literally, he had a T-shirt shop. That's how he started.
And you helped him promote his...
Oh, no. I met him as, quote, Mulligan's, okay?
Listen,
when I first started it in Jensen Beach.
Let me cut you off because I will never get a word in if I let you roll, brother. So this weekend, I'm going to invite you this Saturday. I'm going to be competing for the right to go to Memphis to compete for the International Blues Competition. It's going to be at Conky Joe's in Jensen Beach. I'm really excited. I went there 2 years ago, and I barely lost in the semifinals to the band who took it all. And let me tell you, this competition, there's typically about 250 acts from about 18 countries. And it's a big to-do. So this Saturday, I'm competing locally. It'll be from 1 to 6 at Conky Joe's in Jensen Beach. If you want to come in and cheer me on, I'm going to be doing
Hold on. Let me write it down. You know, years ago, I knew Fred Ayers. Did you know Fred Ayers?
I did. I was a good friend with Fred. Yes.
Good old Fred. It's a Saturday.
I'll text you, Charlie, and I'll remind you.
It's noon, 1 to 6.
1 to 6. Yes. I don't know. There's different bands that'll be competing. So I don't, we like take a number out of a hat. I don't know if I'm going to go on early or late.
All right. Just, get a hold of me on my cell.
I will.
If I'm in the mood, I promise you I will stop by.
So listen, maybe you could bring one of those
guess what? In Dolphin Bar,
yes.
I used to meet Fred in the bungalow closest to the bar. He said, "You know whose bungalow this is?"
Jackie Gleason?
Was Jackie Gleason.
Yes.
Because it's the closest to the bar. I used to watch Jackie Gleason as a kid.
Yeah, I did too.
We grew up a long time ago, brother.
He was a funny, he only did 1 year of the Honeymooners because he said, you know what? I don't want to do this again because I think it would compromise the writing and I want to leave on a high note.
He taped them down in Miami too.
He did have a show in Miami.
Are you saying they only did 1 year of the Honeymooners?
That's it. He only did 1 year of the Honeymooners. Yeah,
I have a whole series of the Honeymooners on CD.
I know.
I love that show and Carney.
Norton.
Oh, Norton was the hoot. He made the show. I think when he
Norton
was prepared to write, sign his name or something.
How about when they were trying to play golf and he said, "Now address the ball, Norton."
Yeah.
Hello ball.
Hello, ball. I love that.
What did he say? "You are insane. Get out of here." And of course,
the other show was playing, "You are marvelous. You are impressive, darling. You are marvelous."
He was great in some of the movies. The one with Burt Reynolds where he was the disgruntled sheriff chasing him.
Oh my God!
Yeah, that was just.
He was terrific, and his sidekick. The big cop. Anyway, I don't want to hold up your whole show, but Saturday,
hope to see you there.
Tweet me. I'm here.
All right, brother Charlie. Good to talk to you, and I'll talk to you soon. All right.
All right, man. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Yeah, Jackie Gleason was one of those guys. What was interesting about him? He had a photographic memory.
Mm-hmm.
He would read the lines once and be done and go out and do it.
Yeah.
And he used to drive the other actors nuts.
I saw him once when they taped Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
They taped part of it down in Coral Springs in Parkland, where if you remember the scene, the vehicle went through the milk truck. It went through the milk truck. And I actually watched that scene being done. And to watch him do his thing was like, wow, that's incredible. He's a great actor.
He goes to the son, "When I come home, I'm going to kick your mama's boot. There's no way you could be from my loins." And he was just one of those guys.
Yeah.
The funny thing about Jackie Gleason is we really know very little about his life.
No.
He really kept under the radar, didn't do a lot of interviews.
Had the house in Inverary off of Oakland Park Boulevard.
Yeah, I've played that course.
Yeah.
He was an avid golfer.
Yeah.
A pool shark.
Loved his golf and pool.
Yes, he could play. And again, we know very little about him. I don't even know if he was ever married. I don't think he was married. I don't know if he has any kids. I mean,
heavy smoker, though.
He was.
Extremely.
I don't know what he died of. I think he lived a fairly long life.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's not like he pulled the Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
And which this Saturday, we're doing a blues competition, but it's also the anniversary 51 years ago that Jimi Hendrix had passed away.
Wow.
That was a guy that just think about all he did in a span of about 3.5, 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous. But, you and I talk about this. Drugs, forget it. I mean, I'm not in a hurry to die.
Neither am I.
I know I'm going to die sooner than I want to. I don't want to speed up the process with drugs.
Mm-hmm.
And alcohol, same thing. You don't drink, do you, Evan?
I'm straight edge.
Yeah. Well, it's been about a month since I've had a drink, and I think I went to a couple of places, and I had some friends that were, I don't know, they were talking like Joe Biden, and it was because they've had 4, 5, or 6 cocktails in them.
Yeah.
And I went, wow, that's been me a few times in my life.
Yeah.
And it's not too sexy and intelligent.
Yeah.
But back to this COVID thing, I am pro-vaccine, but I am anti-mandate to make people, the thing about this, look, I'm a veteran. I love my country. I did it for my mom and everything. But I'm confused, Evan. You tell me, if these vaccines are effective, why should we be concerned about the unvaccinated? Have you ever figured that one out?
My theory is this. And it's funny because, again, I was at dinner with my daughter and a friend of hers who is an EMT who I've actually had on the program on my show. Her name is Iris, and she is unvaccinated. She is very much not into getting the vaccine right now.
And she's a medical professional. There were a lot of nurses in a certain hospital that resigned because the hospital said
they mandated it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, isn't that peculiar? They're in the business, and most doctors that I know of tell you to get the vaccine.
Yeah.
So what's your theory?
Well, it's like Iris said, it's really no theory behind it. Either you want to get it or you don't want to get it. If you don't want to get it, then don't be stupid, because all the vaccine is going to do, everybody has this big misconception, and I'm constantly harping on this all the time. Everybody thinks, okay, I got the vaccine, I'm inferior. I'm not going to catch COVID.
Right.
I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. God love Phil. I love Phil to death, and he's one of those people.
He got vaccinated?
He got vaccinated,
Wow,
and he got COVID.
Still got it.
And he got COVID. I said, have you been wearing your mask? He goes, no, I really didn't wear it that much.
Oh, okay. So
that's because he had the thought he had the vaccine.
But you know what? Think about it. This is why there's resistance, Evan. They're like, well, what the hell? You're telling me that if I take the vaccine, I can still get it. And I still got to wear a mask. I still have to wear a mask. I mean, there's a couple of colleges that they made sure that all the students were vaccinated, and they're still saying, don't be in groups of more than 3 and wear a mask outdoors.
Right.
You got to understand that the resistance starts when people start scratching their heads going, well, wait a minute. What do you mean you want me to do this, but it's still not going to help? I guess the consensus is you won't get as sick.
Right.
That's what the vaccine does.
Right. The vaccine does. It prevents you from it's not 100%, but it will prevent you from going in the hospital and dying and getting deathly sick.
Okay.
It will, it gives you the antibodies. It helps you.
That's another thing too. People who have had COVID already have developed natural antibodies.
Right.
So
exactly.
Why would you want them to take, because all statistics say that the vaccine antibodies are not as strong as natural immunity. So that's another thing that people are getting upset about. They say, well, I had COVID, I have the antibody, and you still want me to take the shot.
Yeah.
Or you're either going to fire me or you're going to penalize me every, my lady works for Delta. She had no choice. She had COVID.
Right.
Strangely enough, she had it. I didn't get it. Her kids had it. I didn't get it. Thank you, God. Everything's in God's. I've had more than a couple musicians who had it, didn't tell me about it. We even had that guest, as you know.
Yeah.
And
a little scare. I went and got tested.
Well, exactly.
A little scare.
Every time I was exposed, I would self-quarantine.
Yeah.
I would test myself. So I've probably taken about 8 tests all together. Thank God. Been fine. The other thing, though, I tell you, though, I do try and live a clean lifestyle. Take vitamins, exercise. Try not to eat pizza and chicken wings every day.
Yeah.
So But I don't know. But hopefully we'll be on a show one day, Evan, and we'll be like, wow, COVID's behind us. It's gone.
Yeah, I agree.
But who knows? And look, if you are out there, folks, be careful. They keep changing the goalposts. So let's pray to God that we all get through this together. But it does make people think, what the heck's going on? We're going to take another brief pause because I've been derelict in my duties.
Yeah, you got a piece of hardware sitting over there.
I know. We're going to talk about that after the break.
What does your hardware have a name?
I haven't named this one yet.
Do you name your pieces of hardware?
The one guitar I have named, but the other ones I have not.
All right. Okay. All right. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be good. We'll be back.
All right, we are back, and yes, I've got the hardware on. I just got a text, actually. I'm going to do a beer fest on November 6th at Memorial Park in Stewart. I think it's on a Saturday from 2 to 6. These beer fests, they're a lot of fun. You start off sounding okay, but after the fourth or fifth beer, we sound amazing, and so that's going to be November 6th. I'm looking forward to this Saturday. Rehearsal's been going good. And going to Memphis, when I was there 2 years ago, I really fell in love with the city, the history behind it, and the music. So we're going to be I'm going to play a song here, one of my originals that I wrote recently for the occasion. Hopefully you'll be able to hear it. I got to move the mic this way. It does. Look at that.
It extends out.
All right, this one's called Memphis Blues, ladies and gentlemen, an original. So, Greg, I'm not going to sue you for copyrights because I own the song, okay? Here we go. Well, I'm going down to Memphis, baby. Gonna play the IBC. Going down to Memphis, baby. Gonna play the IBC. Blues and competition. God knows what's come over me. Lord, don't know what's come over me. Lord, don't know what's come over me. Spending money on drugs and women. Once was blind, but now I see. Playing with Al and Mo. Got nothing to lose, don't you know? Gone with Alan Moe, got nothing to lose, and don't you know? May seem we're coming from nowhere, but it's Jesus that paved the road. Lord help me. So many great musicians, everybody got a story to tell. So many great musicians, everybody got a story to tell. Blues is gonna save me when the rest of the world is going down. I don't care about drugs or whiskey. God knows I've had enough. don't care about drugs and whiskey. God knows I've had enough. Blues is gonna save me. Only thing that makes me well. Lord, don't know what's got over me. Lord, don't know what's got over me. Blues is gonna save me. Only things that makes me feel well.
That was cool. That was very cool.
Thank you. Well, I had an epiphany with this. I think it was last Sunday. I was thinking about it, and I get up early, and the song came to me. I've got other songs too that I really like. You know, the thing about the competition, it's not just about who's the greatest player. I think it's content, trying to stay in the blues thing, and who's authentic and who works with the crowd. But who knows? You never know what the judges are looking for. And on Sunday, South Florida will be having their competition. So if I don't if I don't win on Saturday, and I have to burn down their houses and kill them and go after their family, I will go on Sunday and enter the South Florida Blues. But I mean, look, I won 2 years ago. I represented the Treasure Coast. I did very well. Went the furthest that anyone has from the Treasure Coast. I'm hoping it happens again. But if we win on Saturday, I still, the president of South Florida Blues has invited me, and we're going to go play at the Funky Biscuit in Boca.
Oh, cool.
And really just feature ourselves and do a guest set, which will be a lot of fun as well. The thing about this, if it goes as well as I hope it does, I'll be literally a 40-year overnight success.
Okay.
I started playing the guitar so long ago, but this blues direction has been very interesting because the community itself is an awesome community, and I'm very excited about it. Music is definitely one of my passions. I just never figured out how to make a living doing it. I really like my business. I love managing money. I love helping people plan for retirement, invest their money well. But certainly, it's the kind of thing that you can't walk away from. It's like you and DJing, right? You love what you do, don't you?
People say to me all the time, when are you going to retire? Well, and I say, when I'm 6 feet under.
Pretty much, right? It's not
I love
like
what I do.
Yeah, we're not swinging a hammer at a construction site. I know that my financial business, I don't know when I'll retire from that too. I mean, because I'm always going to like taking care of clients. We're going to be meeting in nice air-conditioned offices. We're not going to be swinging a hammer at a construction site. So I certainly see doing it for quite a while. And in life, you have to have a few things that make you want to get up in the morning and have a great day. And I think too many people forget to do that. You have to do what's fun for you, what's your passion, and ultimately in service to others. I mean, think about it. When you DJ, you're serving other people and you're providing entertainment.
Yeah. And it's amazing to watch what we can do with our music, because I've seen a lot of people, and I'm sure you've seen it too, when you play crowds and different performers, all they do is you hear them on the microphone trying to hype the crowd. And I'm sure you do the same thing I do. I let my music talk for me.
Yeah,
people feel the music.
Instead of hyping the crowd, I tend to maybe make jokes or try and amuse them in some way.
Yeah.
But yes, you've got to let the music go. People kind of see if you're just hyping them, and then oh, this guy's great. And after a minute or two, they're like, well, I guess he's not that great.
Yeah.
But it's a subjective thing. I mean, some people think Led Zeppelin was the greatest band in the world, and I happen to be one of those as far as rock and roll. But how do you compare Led Zeppelin to Frank Sinatra?
Yeah.
Or to George Benson? And there's so many different types of music that makes the world go round. And I think that's the same holds true with entertainment.
When you said George Benson, I thought of Al Jarreau.
Great
Yeah.
singer.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy was just.
We're in this love together.
Yesterday I saw a video of Glenn Campbell.
Uh-huh.
And Glenn Campbell's known, he's a good-looking guy. He sang good, wrote songs, but very few really realized how unbelievable of a guitar player this guy was.
Mm-hmm.
So I played this clip, and he had Chet Atkins, Roy Clark, and other people watching, and their jaws were open, and he was one of those guys that Louis Armstrong, same thing. He was known for singing, but his musicality was just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have another call?
Yeah, we got a call. We'll just take a cold call.
You're on Today with Denny.
I actually didn't mean to call you, but it happened.
Oh,
This is your buddy. I'm listening, and I didn't mean to call you, but I was brought to mind of the Bee Gees. I know it's not a single, but every time you hear that Saturday Night Live album,
oh yeah,
you go nuts.
Yeah, that's.
And I went to Northport, Long Island. They have a theater there, and they did the Bee Gees do Saturday Night Live like on stage as a play.
Can you imagine Charlie in his leisure suit back then with the low cut shirt?
No. I was visiting my son, brother, and my grandchildren, and there I was, the old man. There's lots of old people that live in Northport, so I wasn't alone.
Well, listen, Charlie, there's nothing wrong with growing old. It is a privilege that many of our friends did not have the opportunity to do.
I know. I have a reunion in October, my Vietnam company.
St. Louis.
And there's like 26 of us that are going to be meeting.
Oh, boy.
And that brought to mind 26 did the year that I was there. 67 through the whole year of 68 up in Way.
Well, thanks for accidentally calling us. We have to take another brief pause.
You got to get off the phone now to let you finish your show. All right. Goodbye.
See you, Charlie. We'll be back in a minute, folks. All right, we are back. So, I like all the songs that we're doing. Obviously, I wrote them. But there's one in particular that people kind of get a kick about that I want to do because in every successful and happy marriage, and you have one yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Once in a while you look at each other, you just want to choke some sense into each other.
No,
I
don't think I've ever gotten that point.
You can't say that on the air.
No, I'm being honest. I don't think I've ever gotten to that.
All right.
No.
Well, I don't mean like physically, literally, but look, if you're, I'm kind of like Groucho Marx. I couldn't marry a woman who would have me as their husband, But this song pokes fun at it, and it's usually one of the popular ones of the set. This one's called Enough. I try to love you, baby, but it's getting oh so hard. Every time I try to talk to you, doesn't get me very far. I try to love you, baby, you don't want to hear that stuff. When you got a problem, you know I've had enough. I've had enough. I've had enough. I know I ain't so handsome. I know I'm kind of rough. When you got a problem, know damn well it's me that brings you up. When you go to leaving, you do it with no shame. When you got a problem, you know it's me to blame. I've had enough. No, I've had enough. I ain't going home to mama, but you know I'm gonna leave. When you got a problem, know damn well it's me that brings you out. When you go to leaving, you do it with no shame. When you got a problem, you know it's me to blame. I've had enough. But I love you, honey. Music is something you got to have fun with, and everything in life is certainly so serious. We need an outlet, and obviously that's the biggest thing about this whole COVID, where people, they couldn't go to see concerts anymore.
Yeah.
But you know what's so interesting? Those football games are packed.
Oh, they're sold out.
And they're
60,000.
60,000, and not many wearing masks.
No. Hardly anybody.
Are they making sure they're vaccinated? Are they bringing passports?
Nope.
Nothing.
Nope. Nothing.
Okay.
Zero, zip, zilch.
That's it, huh?
Yep.
What about the games at the Met Stadium? All right.
We have a large enough stadium to where, our capacity is like 7,000.
Okay.
Our busiest night, we have like maybe 1,200, 1,500, but you can scatter enough away from people that you're socially distance a good amount away from people. So we have no issues where we are. We have to wear masks indoors. That's mandated by the New York Mets.
Mm-hmm.
So when I go to work, we wear a mask in the sound room, except when I'm announcing, then my mask comes off.
Got it. Okay.
But otherwise, all my other coworkers, they all are wearing masks. And that's rules that are set by the New York Mets.
I still get a kick out of seeing a person driving alone in their car with the windows rolled up, wearing a mask.
Yeah, I see that all the time.
What is that? What do you think that is?
Know.
They're just so afraid that they just or as my buddy Mike calls it, the face diaper.
Yeah.
And also, do we need a mask when we're outdoors in the fresh air?
Some say you do, some say you don't.
I see. Well, they're changing the goalposts, aren't they?
You don't know. I mean, it depends. Depends which way the wind's blowing. If somebody that has COVID sneezes
and it's coming your way,
and the wind is going this way, and you're standing over that way, you don't see the little droplet.
Yeah. This is such a peculiar time in the history of America. Love our country. There's too much divisiveness. I'm afraid that too much of the youngsters are being taught that we're a bad country, we're a racist country. Look, racism, slavery, it's not just indigenous to America, folks. It's been happening around the world for thousands and thousands of years. We're not a perfect country. Absolutely not. But our ideology is that for freedom and entrepreneurship. And I'm seeing too much going on that is making me, and the other part, as a financial professional, they're trying to pass another $3.5 trillion stimulus. Did you hear about this?
Yeah.
I mean, how much money are they trying to print, for crying out loud? And that's where, folks, you should have someone like me look over what you have going. I'm going to give you my number, 561-305-8226. The number again, 561-305-8226. You can certainly call anytime in the show, but this is a great time to rebalance and look at what you're doing to make sure when the next surprise comes up, and it's not if, it's just a matter of when. And I'm still bullish. I still think double-digit returns on equities is definitely a great possibility in the next 12 to 18 months. Until we see some other things, if they start spiking interest rates and things like that, because think about it, people still have to invest in something, and the 10-year Treasury is so low. Bonds are not attractive. It's the old simple supply and demand. People have to invest in something. But that being said, the next hiccup that can scare the bejeebies of everybody, and my God, Evan, I don't know what's going to scare them between COVID and the craziness and Congress and Senate fighting and not getting along.
Yeah.
I don't know what'll scare investors, but when it happens, they're probably going to push the panic button. And before you know it, you're going to wake up and, oh my God, it's down, and it may continue for a while. So it's a good time, folks, to just at least evaluate what you're doing, rebalance something. The consultation is free. I don't charge for giving advice. I have an office in Jupiter, but I do have clients here in Stewart and all the way down south as Boca. You have nothing to lose by just talking to a straight shooter. And a lot of times when I speak with people, I uncover things that they just weren't aware of or their current advisor didn't talk about. So the number 561-305-8226. But all my local friends, if you're around this Saturday, come to Conky Joe's, cheer us on. We're going to be competing for the right to go back to Memphis. I'm very excited about it. Let's see what happens. Like I said, hopefully I won't have to, burn buildings and go after someone's family. I'm just kidding, folks. Some people might take me. Don't take Evan and I too seriously. We're here to entertain you. We're not running for office. We're not a congressman or a senator. We're here to entertain you.
Yep.
So make it a great day. Be happy that you're alive and sane, okay? And we'll talk to you next week on Today with Denny.